Hey everybody, it's Lisa from Shabby Road Studio. I am working on my next altered book, and I wanted to just turn the camera on real quick and let you see how I glue in my digital print papers. This altered book, this book that I'm altering turns out to be slightly bigger than the digital prints that I chose. And so when that happens, you can either just leave the edges showing of the book, the original book pages, or if you don't like to do that, like I don't, I tend to paint them. So I went through and painted all the borders of this book's pages that I'm using after gluing them together, of course. I've already gone through and ripped out the pages I don't need and glued the pages together that I need. So this is the next step, which was painting the edges. Now, I will take a printable, fold it in half, if I'm using one that has the double page. So I'll fold that in half, and I like to use my ruler because it's heavy, and it sits in the crease like that. So I'll take my ruler and my page, and I just kind of line it up where I want it. And this particular book, it falls within like 1/4 of an inch from the border. So kind of pull this back, and I take my bottle of white PVA glue, and I just put a line of it down the spine, not a ton, just a little, and then I go up and around about 1/4 inch, approximately, and then I'll just go back and forth just to get some coverage on there. I don't want too much. I don't want the page saturated. But then I'll take a paintbrush, and I'll just kind of start with the spine and kind of smooth that out because I don't want a ton in there. And then I'll just go up, spread it up and then down and back and forth until I'm sure that there are no dry spots. Also, if you wet your brush a little bit, it'll glide through the glue a little bit better. So then once I feel like it's got a good coverage spread around, I'll kind of pick up my page again with that ruler in there. And so I can line it up where I want. And I want to keep that in the crack so that this book page is right where I want it. And then I'll just take a old credit card, and I will just kind of run it up the edge and smooth the page out. Normally this smooths it out pretty smooth. If you have any wrinkles in there at all, normally the heat gun will help that flatten out. And if you're going to get some sloppy sides there, but with this paint or with this glue on top of the paint, you can just kind of rub it like that, and it just kind of rubs right off. But if it doesn't, like I've got some messy edges, but I'm going to go back through obviously before I'm done with the journal and clean those up, either repaint a little bit or cover them with ephemera or something. So I just rub most of that off, and then I move on to the other side. So that's already pretty glued in there. So I'll just flip it up, take my glue again, and run a little line on this side. And again, up to the 1/4 inch approximately. Just get about the same amount of glue on there. Grab your brush. Obviously go here first and smooth that out. And then just come up. Any corners or edges that didn't get glued, if you missed a spot, I just go back in with my art glitter glue and tack those down. So this gets most of it, and then you just fix up the little spots that didn't get glued. Make sure there's no dry spots. Everything's pretty smooth. Take that credit card again. Hold that ruler in there just to keep it steady, and bring the page outward. Again, there's going to be some sloppy glue. But like I said, mostly for me, it just kind of rolls right off. I don't know if it's probably because there's paint underneath of it. And so it's easily just rolled off with your finger. There. So that was pretty quick and easy. It's fairly flat. I don't really feel any bumps. But again, like I said, if you do, when you dry this, any of those usually just flatten right out. Okay, so that is basically showing you how I glue my pages in, and I'll do that all the way through. So it looks like this, and then it'll look like this. Now, if my pages weren't, if I had a smaller book, like when I do the Reader's Digest books, their pages are a lot smaller, and sometimes I waste some of the digital, but I guess if there's a way to resize the digitals, I could probably start resizing them down to fit the Reader's Digest. I'm gonna probably try that next time because I've just been basically cutting them down to fit, and I hate wasting, well, it's paper and ink, you know, and part of the picture is wasted too. So, but for this, so with a smaller book, you wouldn't have to go around and paint and everything, but I like to finish the edges with a complementary color versus just seeing the blank book page, which is fine too, if that's, you know, what you like. This is what I like. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. So this journal is an altered book. It's going to be called Tattered Flowers. And I guess that's all for today. I just wanted to share my technique for pasting in the pages, and when it's done, I'll do a flip through, but we might work on some other things along the way because, hey, we've got time to do that now, right? So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.